And now collecting the Nobel Prize for Physics for the absolute destruction of the flat Earth, Scimandan.
Oh, Sagan, I've overslept. Oh, God. Oh. Right, Flat Earth Friday. I've got that meeting with NASA in 30 minutes. I'm going to need some help. Ah, good. Fight the Flat Earth. I need your help.
Dan, I was driving.
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
I had my whole family in the car.
Anyway, I'm pushed for time. I need someone to write a Flat Earth Friday script for me.
Dan, I was on the motorway. I was towing a camper van.
Oh, there it is! No way! Oh my God! There it is.
So I'll be back from my meeting with NASA in about 2 hours, so I'll need a script ready to go so I can record then. All right?
Can I at least be in the video?
Ooh, I mean, I guess so, if you have to be.
Thanks, that's something, I guess. You do know that teleporter you've got is for emergencies only, right? Every time you use it, it costs so much they have to delay Artemis by 6 months, and it actually raises the temperature of the Earth by about 0.5 degree.
This was an emergency. I've not missed a Flat Earth Friday since I've started this channel.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, just send me back and I'll get started.
Oh yeah, sure.
And next time, Dan, just phone me.
Flat Earthers' biggest problem is being happy with their own ignorance. And that's exactly what's happening with today's education dodger Kevin, who's got a real problem with how fast Earth is spinning.
Alright, so this is my video about the speed of the spin of the Earth. First of all, I'd like to say I'm French Canadian, so if you laugh at my accent, it's because you got nothing else.
Yeah, no one's laughing at your accent, Ali G.
Alright, so 1038 miles per hour is the speed the ball Earth, according to the heliocentric model, is supposed to spin. You have no choice. Those numbers are not made up by flat earthers. They're made up by globers.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
Like I was saying, their own ignorance is their problem. The Earth does not spin 1,000 miles an hour because you simply cannot measure rotation in miles per hour.
Yeah, Kevin should realise that there's a reason a car's engine records its speed in RPM and not miles per hour.
Because if the Earth doesn't spin at 138, let's not argue at the exact speed there. Some people say 1,000. I believe 1,038 it's closer. Some say 1,050, but that's not the point. Anyway, it's all made up speed.
Yeah, you'd like it to be all made up speeds, wouldn't you, Kevin? But the thing is, the Earth's rotation has been measured, and not just by globers.
If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope. It is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000. But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift, a 15 degree per hour drift.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, so you have no choice to accept that it spins that fast because of the size of the Earth. If you want night and days with your heliocentric model, the Earth has to spin that fast. Okay?
Hey, Dan, Kevin says that night and day is from the heliocentric model, so no night and day on the flat Earth model then?
Makes sense, I suppose. If the Earth was flat with a local sun, there'd be no nighttime at all.
So, all the people that answered, oh, you only feel acceleration, you don't feel constant speed, you didn't understand the post.
Whoever responded to your post, though, was right. You do only feel acceleration. There is no biological mechanism in our bodies to feel constant speed. And it's fair to assume that you were talking about that as, why don't we feel the Earth spin, as a common flat Earth argument.
That wasn't related to the topic. Next time, just don't answer. If you don't understand, if you can't read, and you say, you see in the post, speed, you have your answer already ready. I know Globers are like that, which is why my polls got like 100 answers within 30 minutes. Because Globers didn't think about it, they had the answer already ready.
Although we shouldn't make assumptions about what you're going to say, Kevin. Us Globers, otherwise known as sane people, have heard so much parroting of nonsense from flat earthers like you that we do have our answers prepared. I mean, I've done so many flat earth debates on my channel that I could probably make a soundboard of my own responses and do most debates without ever opening my mouth.
How many debates with flat earthers have you done?
Oh God, it's got to be well over 600 debates at this point.
Why?
I think I hate myself.
Even if it's not related to the post. Oh, speed of the spin. Oh, you only feel acceleration, you don't feel constant speed. Okay, maybe you're right. But that's not related to the post. And about the maybe you're right. Picture yourself on a sphere, okay? You're standing on a small sphere the size of a house, okay? It spins, okay? It spins at 1,038 miles per hour. Well, according to the Globers, picture the house in your head, think about it. It's important to think about it and picture the situation which I want you to think about it. Picture the small sphere the size of the house and you standing on top of it. That spins faster than the speed of sound.
So nothing like the Earth then, because Earth isn't spinning faster than the speed of sound. Which is a sentence that doesn't even make sense.
If Kevin wants to scale down the planet to the size of a house, then he needs to maintain the same rotational velocity, which is half the speed of an hour hand on a clock. Woo! Slow down.
1,038 miles per hour. It spins. It's constant speed. But you won't feel it because it's constant.
If you were on a sphere the size of a house with a tangential speed at its equator equal to the tangential speed of Earth's equator at 1,000 miles per hour, you still wouldn't feel the constant speed. What you would feel is the centrifugal force pushing you away from the insanely fast spinning sphere due to its rotation.
Hey, Dan, should we do a little bit of maths?
Is that really a good idea? We don't really want to confuse the flat earthers, do we?
Yeah, well, they are already confused, so let's explain it for people with functioning brains.
Okay, first let's take a look at the formula for centrifugal force. So F, which is the centrifugal force, equals m, which is the mass of the object, multiplied by omega, which is the angular velocity or rotational speed, square that, multiplied by r, which is the distance to the centre of the rotating object.
This formula describes the apparent force you feel pushing you away from the centre of something rotating, like when you're on those carnival rides that stick you to the inside of a massive spinning wheel. Let's do the maths for an average sized person that weighs 70 kilograms on Earth at the equator. We get this. The centrifugal force at the equator equals the mass of the person, 70 kilograms, times the angular speed of Earth, which is 0.000694 RPM, which is the rotational speed if the surface of Earth is moving at 1,000 miles per hour at its equator, squared, and then times that by the radius of the Earth, which is 6,371 miles, and we get a centrifugal force pushing us away from Earth at the equator only of 3.791 newtons.
Now, let's do the same for a rotating sphere the size of a house. The average UK house is around 14 metres across. So for the maths and our value of R, we're going to have a value of 7 metres for the radius. And we need to maintain that 1,000 miles per hour tangential speed at the equator, which Kevin seems so hung up on. And we get an angular velocity of our house-sized sphere of 610 RPM. Compare that to the angular velocity of the Earth, we get 0.000694 RPM. So when we plug all those numbers into our equation, we get a centrifugal force of almost 2 million newtons. So Kevin, your example of your house-sized sphere with that 1,000 mile per hour speed that you love so much gives you a centrifugal force 527,000 times stronger than that we feel here on Earth.
So Kevin, you were saying?
Oh, because it's not a close environment. Okay.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
I've really got nothing to say to that. Dan?
I don't know.
So you say that the Earth is a close environment, which goes against the heliocentric model, but you say it.
Well, we don't say it's a closed environment, we say the Earth is a closed system. And no, that doesn't go against the accepted models that science uses. In physics, a closed system is something that can receive and give out energy, but not matter. And yes, there may be the odd meteorite hitting Earth and landing on Earth and the odd spaceship taking off from it, but the difference is so minuscule, it doesn't matter.
Saying that Earth being a closed system goes against the heliocentric model just adds to the fact that flat earthers haven't a fucking clue what they're talking about. Dunning. Colin Kruger.
Let's put a glass over that small sphere that's the size of a house and spin it at 1,038 miles per hour. You tell me that because you're in a close environment you won't feel the speed faster than the speed of sound?
Aw, poor little Flerf. He seems very, very confused. Yes, the fact that the Earth is a closed system isn't the reason we don't feel the spin of Earth. It's nothing to do with it. We don't feel constant speed. We only feel forces acting on us, and for that there needs to be an acceleration.
If you really think that, you have no brain. Sorry to tell you that, but you can't use your own brain.
Well, good thing no one thinks that then.
Okay, now, picture that small sphere spinning at constant speed, which you can't feel because it's constant, faster than the speed of sound. Picture that small sphere growing and keep spinning at 1,038 miles per hour until it reaches the size of the Earth. At what point, faster than the speed of sound, 1,038 miles per hour becomes not so fast?
Oh, God, it's hard trying to explain something to somebody who apparently understands less than a toddler. Kevin, if you have a small sphere with the equator having a tangential speed of 1,000 miles per hour, growing into a larger sphere, but keeping that tangential speed at the equator of 1,000 miles per hour, then the speed of the spin would slow as it grows. So there isn't really an answer to your question, but there certainly would be a point in this magic growing sphere's growth spurt that you would get a noticeable reduction in the forces being applied. That entire explanation went right over your head, didn't it, Kevin?
Because it's one rotation per day. So it's not fast. Hey, even if, okay, picture a jet, a military jet, okay, that circles a building, okay. He makes a big circle of a couple of kilometers, okay, and he's going at constant speed, whatever the speed is, but he's going fast. And then he starts circling the city where the building is. Is he going less fast that he was going when he was only circling the building?
Assuming the pilot keeps the same speed for both imaginary circles, then the only difference will be the centrifugal force felt, which on the bigger circle will be much smaller. The tangential speed can be completely ignored when we're calculating the forces involved, as long as we have that rotational velocity.
And let's say he's circling the whole world, whatever is flat or round or triangle or whatever.
Wait till they find out the world's actually a velociraptor.
Oi, fight! That's top secret, you'll get me in trouble.
When it's gonna be, and please spare me the, oh, he doesn't feel, I don't care what he feels. I'm talking about the actual speed, okay, of the plane that's circling the building, then the city, then the whole world. It's the same speed. It's not because the scale is bigger that the speed becomes slower.
The scale doesn't change the tangential speed, but it sure changes the rotational speed, which is what matters, because that's what you use to figure out the forces involved.
Okay, so picture your ball the size of a house, and picture yourself standing on it and with glass covered in it, so you're in a close environment, so you won't feel the speed.
Fight, this is incredibly painful. Why are you making me watch this video?
You asked, well, more, you told me to do it. I didn't really have a choice.
Well, maybe you could have found something less stupid than this.
Dan, we cover flat earthers.
Yeah, never mind.
Faster than the speed of sound, because it's constant speed, so you won't feel it according to globe Earth.
Well, yes, but not according to globers. It's actually according to physics. It's a fact. You don't feel constant speed. You feel a change in speed, otherwise known as acceleration. For instance, this is a clip of a Chinese bullet train travelling 350 kilometers per hour. Because this train is travelling at a constant speed with very little change, the coin and the bottle of water are able to balance without falling over. But if that train stopped suddenly, they would all fall over.
Okay? Picture it growing. Think with your own brain. Picture it growing. It's growing. At what point it's not fast anymore? Seriously though. You have to use your brain. Bad science, flat earther don't understand. Yeah, I think you don't understand.
Man, I saw less projection when R2-D2 gave Princess Leia's message to Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Fight, that is quite possibly the nerdiest sentence that was ever said. But yeah, you're right, there was a lot of irony.
That's not because other globers say, oh, scale, you don't understand scale when it's big. Another thing about scale, gravity. When it's big, it attracts. Hey, come on. Hey.
Oh, get ready, Dan. He is about to misunderstand gravity and then claim it's fake.
Oh, that's always fun.
Do you feel a force when you lift your feet like that? Okay? Do you feel a force that's pulling down your feet to the ground?
Yes. Yes, you do. Kevin, imagine standing there with your foot in the air like that for 30 seconds. Feels not too bad, right? Now, leave your foot in the air like that for 5 minutes. Is your leg starting to feel heavy? Yes. Now, try holding your leg like that for 30 minutes. You probably couldn't do it because your leg will feel too heavy. Because of that force you were saying doesn't exist.
Gravity creates a force that acts on all mass. That's why when you step on a scale, it registers weight, because that weight is the force acting on your mass.
No, you don't. I'm gonna put my foot down whenever I want. There's no force.
If there's no force acting on mass, then I'm going to take up Olympic weightlifting as a hobby. Kevin, you wouldn't be able to put your foot down when you want. You'd have to put your foot down when it gets too tired from fighting the force pulling it down. Because gravity is real.
When we say density...
Bingo!
What?
Oh, I've been playing Flerf Bingo. He's hitting all the right notes. We've got gravity, not real. We've got Earth spinning 1,000 miles per hour. We've got faster than the speed of sound. you don't understand, and saying things in a mocking tone, and density. Bingo!
It's easy to understand. It's
Oh, great, it's easy to understand. Let's hear it then, Kevin.
the way that the thing are.
Have you ever had a dream that you had you could you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Everything is made of molecule. Okay, so if the density of the molecule is if it's more dense, it's gonna fall through. So yes, I'm denser than the air, so I'm gonna fall through, but I'm not denser than the wooden floor. So I stop there.
We are under no confusion about quite how dense you are, Kevin, but can you explain to me why a lead ball doesn't fall through a wooden table?
Then there's no force that pulls through the center towards the center of the earth. There's no force like that. The apple fell the tree. The apple fell because it was denser than air, and the apple just fell.
The apple just fell. Brilliant, Kevin. How very scientific of you. Please do let us know when you'll be collecting your Nobel Prize. The apple fell because there was a force acting on it. And what created that force, Kevin?
Gravity, you fucking retard! Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
Okay, from the story about the apple, but the Newton theory, it's all bullshit. Anyone with a half a functioning brain can comprehend that the theory. I'm not saying that Newton wasn't a smart person, okay? I didn't research on the character much, but apparently he was a smart person, and I'm not arguing like that about that. But
You're not saying Newton isn't smart, but you are saying the law of gravity that he came up with is wrong. A law that is used in engineering every single day. To build bridges, to put rockets in space, to design aircraft. A law which you think is all wrong.
his theory of gravity is bogus. It doesn't work out. Like, when you release a helium balloon, why gravity doesn't act on it? Oh, because helium is lighter than air. The Glober's gonna say, yeah, exactly. That's exactly the point.
Kevin, it may be the first time you've ever been anywhere like this, but I think you need a trip to the remedial classroom. Okay, everyone, sit down. Bob, take that look off your face. It's not my fault you keep proving the globe. So again, you morons need to learn what buoyancy is. This is the buoyant force equation. FB equals rho VG. G. Do you see that G? That G stands for the acceleration due to gravity. Rho stands for the density of the medium, and V stands for the volume displaced. The downward acceleration of gravity causes things with more mass to have a stronger force acting on them, which will make things with less mass, like a helium balloon compared to air, go in the opposite direction to gravity. I mean, you know what, I've explained this so many times. That's it, I quit, I'm done, I'm going, bye.
But that's not the topic here, okay? To end this video, because it's almost 10 minutes now, and I know the Glober have really short attention abilities, so to end this video, it was only about the speed. Picture the small ball growing with you spinning on it in a close environment that you don't feel. Okay? At what point it starts to be slow? It doesn't. 1,038 miles per hour will remain at 1,038 miles per hour. It's simple math. You can't have more simple than that. It's simpler that 1 plus 1 equals 2. It's 1 equals 1. 1,038 equals 1,038. Alright?
Best way to put an end to all of this is that you cannot describe rotation in miles per hour. Despite Kevin's misunderstandings on all this, that's never going to change. You can only describe the entire rotation of an object with its rotational velocity. Simply saying the Earth spins at 1,000 miles per hour is just wrong.
There we go, Dan, we've done it. That's the whole video. Although I do have a question. This is for your Flat Earth Friday, right?
Yep, that's right.
Well, it's already Friday and you normally release your videos before 9 a.m. and it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. Getting me to do the script for you didn't really fix the issue. I mean, it still needs editing and posting and...
It's okay. I'll just use NASA's time machine and pop back in time and upload it when it's all finished.
You've got a time machine?
Yeah.
Then why didn't you just go back and give yourself more time to make the video instead of teleporting me from the car that had my entire family?
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it today, please do smash the like button. And if you really liked it, I'll pop a link to FTFE's channel in the description. He is very close to 50,000 subscribers. Go and subscribe and see if this video can pop him over that 50,000 mark. At least then he'll stop bothering me. I've been Scimandan. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.